Okay, the question is all about linear law. So we have y equal to 1 over p square of x plus q square over square of x. Okay, so we have this equation is actually in form of nonlinear equations. Okay, so from this part, we have to convert this equation into linear, okay, by applying the linear law. Okay, so from this one is the nonlinear, and so you have to draw the graph based on the linear equation. Okay, so maknanya you kena convert dulu kepada linear equation. So daripada eksperimen ni, we get the readings for value of x and the value of y. Okay, so the hints is here actually, y square of x against x. So it means that from this equation, what you have to do, you have to reduce it, become y square of x for the y function. Okay, so it means that from the original nonlinear, means that you have to multiply with square root of x. Okay, square of x to make y becomes y square root of x. Okay, mana kat sini kita kena multiply dengan square of x untuk dapatkan untuk reduce dia kepada bentuk linear form. Okay, sebab bila dia tak bagi hint dekat awak, dia tak bagi any information given, actually from the nonlinear you can convert into many form of the linear. But bila dia dah bagi dia dah bagi condition, so means that you kena gunalah the given ones. Okay, so for this part, y equal to 1 over p square of x plus q square over x square of x. So kat sini dia bagi y square of x against x. So this one is the y function and this is the x function. Okay, so kemudian we just times dengan square of x. We just multiply with square of x for all of the equations, for all of the terms, sorry. Okay, so square of x here, square of x plus q square over square of x times square of x. Okay, so bila kita dah darab, kita multiply for each term. So this one akan dapat x, okay, square root times square root, dia akan jadi, kita akan hilangkan square root lah. Square root times square root, dia akan jadi square root square. So yang tinggal ialah x. So this one kita boleh potong. Okay, so this part dah dapat y square root of x. Okay, so di bentuk linear dia, kita akan dapat linear form dia ialah y square root of x equal to 1 over p x plus q square. Okay, so this one is the y function, and 1 over p is the value for m, which is a gradient, and then x here is for the x function, and plus c, which is equal to q square. C is the y-intercept. Okay, so plot the graph. Okay, you have to plot the graph, square root of x times y. Okay, make sure that you have to calculate for each value. Okay, so ini yang original, so you add another rule. Again, then you calculate y times square of x. Okay, so you are advised to leave the readings into 2 decimal places. Okay, since we want to plot on the graph, so it is applicable, reasonable to use 2 decimal places. Okay, so we draw the graph. This is the graph. Okay, from the schema answer. Okay, so this is the graph that we have based on the readings. Y to the square of x against x. Okay, so make sure that when you join the points, make sure that you draw the line until touch the y-axis, since we want the value for the y-intercept. We want the value for c. Okay, so this is a value for c. Okay, so we go to the next question. Okay, using the graph in 8b, find the value for p, value for q. Okay, and then also the value of y when x is equal to 0.4. Okay, so before we answer for this question, okay, first you have to reduce this nonlinear equation into linear equation. So as we do just now, so this is the part of linear equations. Okay, after we apply the linear law, okay, so we get the linear equation this part. This one is the y function, this one is m, and this is the x function, and this is the c. Okay. Okay, so after we already have the linear equation, we go through one by one. First question asks the value for p. Okay, p, we can get the value for p from the value of gradient. Since the gradient m is equal to 1 over p, so we calculate the gradient. We take any points on the graph. Okay, at least 2 points. Okay, you choose any 2 points on the graph. Sorry, yeah, you choose any 2 points on the graph, and then we substitute into the formula gradient, and we equate with 1 over p. And then we get p is equal to negative 1.2111. Okay, that is the value for p. Next is the value for c. C you can get from, the value of q. Q squared is equal to the y-intercept. So that's why I advise you to draw the graph joining the point until it touches the y-axis, since we can get the value of y-intercept here. Okay, so we take it is about 5.8, and then we equate to q square, and then we square root of a, so we get value for q is 2.4083. That is the value for q. Next is the value for y when s equal to 0.4. Okay, so since x-axis is already in form of x, so from the x-axis we take 0.4 and then we make a dotted line until we touch the graph, and then we get the value of y square of x, which is lies in about 5.4. Okay, 5.45. Okay, sorry, 5.45. Okay, and then since we want the value of y, just substitute the value of x square of 0.4, and then we calculate it and we get y equal to 8.617. Okay, that is question for question number 8. So we proceed for the next question. This question is all about vectors. Okay, topic vectors. Okay, so diagram 5 shows so we go for the next question. Number 9 is all about vectors. Okay, for vectors, what we should know is it's all about the roots. Okay, kita tengok dulu contoh soalan yang pertama. Okay, given diagram 5 shows a triangle OPQ given that 3OR is equal to OP and 4OS is equal to OQ. Okay, OS here equal to OQ, and then OR is equal to U, OS is equal to V. M is the midpoint of OQ, and MT to TP is 1 to 4. Okay, go to the first question. Express in terms of U and V of the vector RQ. Okay, so bear in your mind what is RQ is actually the vector, which means that we start at the point R and we will end at the point Q. Okay, you can use any roots as long as it's lying on the diagram, and then you can choose which one is the simplest root. Okay, for example, we want to find a vector for RQ, so it's either you can use the root RP plus PQ, or RO plus OQ, or RS plus SQ, or RT plus TQ. Okay, so it doesn't matter as long as we start at R and end at Q, but we choose the simplest root with the given or calculated root. Yang diberilah contoh kat sini. Kalau kita ambil RT, you kena calculate dulu what is RT and then what is TQ. And then you for kalau RP and PQ also you have to calculate first. But if we choose RO plus OQ, RO we already have, which is negative U, since OR is U. So RO is negative U. And then OQ, you can take it from 4OS is equal to OQ. Okay, so we choose the root RO plus OQ. Okay, so right now RO is negative U and OQ is 4V. So how did you get 4V? Okay, as given the ratio in the form of equation OS and OQ, 4OS is equal to OQ. Okay, so for this part, dia kalau bentuk ratio, which is 4 over 1 is equal to OQ over OS. So take it from this part to calculate the bentuk fractions. Okay, so means that 1 OS is equal to 4 OQ. Sorry, 1 O. This is in the ratio form. Okay. So now you know that SQ will be 36 OS 1 and then OQ is 4. Okay, so since we have OS is equal to V, the ratio OS is equal to V, so it means that OQ is 4. Okay, so for the root RQ, vector RQ is equal to negative U plus 4V. Okay, next is the vector MT. Okay, so MT, so we can get MT from this ratio. MT to TP is equal to 1 to 4. Okay, so now we draw the line of MTP. Okay, so we get that MT to TP is equal to 1 to 4. So as we can see, the line is M and then we have T and then we have P here. Okay, so 1 to 4, so it's located here for MT, and then TP is 4, so it means that for the whole line is in the ratio of 5. Okay, so now we can use vector MT is equal to 1 over 5 MP. Okay, we use the arrow that start with M and end at P. So now we want to find what is MP. Okay, so we can get MP is from MO plus OP. Okay, MP here we can choose ratio. We can take it from the ratio of MP is equal to MO plus OP. Okay, MO plus OP. Okay, so as you can see from the diagram, so MO, okay, plus OP, that one is equal to MP. So it comes from a triangle. So I redraw once again the triangle. It's look like this. Okay, and then given that M is the midpoint of OQ. Okay, it's stated here. Okay, so M is the midpoint of OQ. So we have OQ just now is equal to 4P. Okay, sorry, 4V. Okay, since OQ is equal to 4V, so that one is OQ. Jadi bila kita nak ambil MO, so awak kena tukar dia punya direction. MO is equal to 1 over 2QO. Okay, because we change the direction, so means that it starts from Q. Okay, Q. So 1 over 2QO, half of QO. So since OQ is 4V, and then so QO is negative 4V. So MO is equal to negative 2V. Okay, so now we find a vector for OP. So since that given 3OR is equal to OP here, okay, so since OR is equal to U, vector U, okay, means that OP will be equal to 3OR and then will be equal to 3U. Okay, so we already have OP and we already have MO, so we can calculate for, we can give the vector for MQ. Okay, So you can give, we can give the vector MP. So MP is MO, which is negative 2V, plus with OP, which is plus 3U. Okay, so we already have MP. So we just substitute this one into part of 1 over 5 of MP. That one is negative 2V plus 3U. Okay, so you can leave the answer in kind of this. Okay, so next we proceed with RT. So as we can see, RT is, you can choose root either RP plus PT, or you can choose RO plus OM plus MT. Okay, so now we use the root of RO plus OM plus MT because we already have a vector of RO, which is negative U, and then we also have the vector of OM, which is half of OQ, which is equal to 2V. Okay, so this one is actually 2V because this one is OQ is equal to 4V. Okay, and then we just find the vector for MT. You can find vector MT from this ratio. Okay, so bila nak pilih roots, kita akan pilih the simplest. Maksudnya simplest tu, kita akan choose mana-mana root yang dah memang ada dia punya direction, dia ada dia punya value. Okay, itu lagi memudahkan kerja lah. Instead of awak kena cari RP balik kan, and then you kena cari pula PT. So kalau yang ni, you just calculate MT sahaja. Okay. Sorry, MT kita dah ada sebenarnya. Okay, kita dah calculate tadi kan. So kita hanya ambil je lah RO plus OM plus MT. Okay, so kita just tambah sajalah. Okay, so right now, ini dia dah choose. So dia ambil RO, this one is RO. And then plus with OM, this one is OM. And then plus with MT. Okay, this is MT. So dia expand kan, dapat MT yang ni lah. Okay, so you just calculate it, simplify. So we get negative 2 over 5U plus 8 over 5V. Okay, so that is, we proceed to question B. Okay, so now we go to question B. The question asks you, what is the ratio of RT to TQ? Okay, RT to TQ, sorry. Okay, so what is the ratio here? So actually from the vectors, we can convert it into the value of ratio. Okay, as long as you know what is the value of vector RT and what is the value of vector TQ. So we already have the vector RT, which is negative 2 over 5U plus 8 over 5V. So now we want to find what is TQ. Okay, so TQ, we can choose the root of that we already have just now, which is TM. Okay, TM, we can take it from the vector MT. Okay, so we just change the direction. Okay, so TM plus MQ. Okay, and then MQ we already have 2V. So we can calculate it. So we do it now. So TM is negative of MT. So this one is negative, this one positive. So we change the direction, the operation, the sign. Positive become negative, and negative become positive. Okay, so this one is 2 over 5V minus with 3 over 5U. Okay, and then plus with M2 is 2V. Okay, so we rearrange this one. So we get the vector of TQ as 12 over 5V minus with 3 over 5U. Okay. Okay, so we convert into fraction form from the ratio. So RT over TQ. So we take the vectors RT over to the vectors TQ, and then we factorize the common factor. So this one we have the same vector, which is negative U plus 4V. So this part we can cancel it. Okay, we can cancel it. So what left here is 2 over 5 over with 3 over 5. Okay, so this one we can do the operation this part. So we just take it here and then get 2 over 3. So from this part means that is equal to RT to TQ. Okay, RT to TQ, which is equal to 2 over 3. So since the question asks in the form of ratio, so we convert into the ratio form. So that is 2 to 3. Okay, the one is question B. So we proceed with question C. Given that the area of triangle PQM, okay, PQM is equal to 35 centimeters square, calculate the area of triangle PQT, okay, PQT. So PQT is a part of PQM, okay. Okay, so this is the triangle of PQM and PQT. So since we have the ratio of MT to TP is equal to 1 to 4, so we can use the relation of ratio of MT of this ratio to answer to find the area of PQT. Okay, so I draw this, I divide to two triangles, which is triangle PQM with the length of MP 5, and then triangle PQT with the length of TP 4. Okay, so area PQT over the area of PQM, which is 35, is equal to 4 over 5. And then we just rearrange and calculate the area of PQT is equal to 28 centimeter square. So that is the answer for question 9C. So we have another method, which is you use the ratio. Okay, we use the comparison of the ratio and the area. Okay, and then this is how we solve it. So still the answer is 28 centimeter square. Okay, so that's all for the question number 9.